A lot of things have changed. A lot of people that I've talked to, a lot of locals were devastated. I mean, they changed their lives. Their homes were demolished, and not having insurance and not being able to rebuild, and it totally changes your life.
Some people are still putting their lives back together and rebuilding, like right here at the Port Royal, a 30-year-old beachfront resort where renovations have not yet finished. All you got to do is drive by. You'll see all the gaps in the roof of this structure. Port Aransas was just one of the most devastated communities here in the coastal bend by Hurricane Harvey. We spent the past week here in Port Aransas. We spoke with the people who live here about where they were when Harvey hit. Captain D. Wallace is one of those people. He says he sent his wife and daughter to Laredo. He stayed behind. Wallace, who's spent decades as a boat captain, says he's been through hurricanes at sea before. He, along with friends, decided to hunker down at a home on higher ground as Harvey tore through this city.
That's one of the most horrific parts of these hurricanes is the sound they make. It's deafening, just the wind howling.
Wallace also says after the hurricane passed, he had to swim to his house, the water rising more than 6 feet, filling up his garage. Harvey caused at least $75,000 worth of damage to his property. On KRIS 6 News at 6, you're going to hear what others who live here told our Taylor Alanis. She spoke with the Port Aransas Chamber of Commerce about how Hurricane Harvey even affected affordable housing. Over in Aransas County, we spoke with a man who remembers when Hurricane Harvey made landfall very vividly.
And the whole house was rattling, those walls were puffing, there's cracks.
And 5 years later, Joe Kirchen says there is still work to be done to fix his home and yard. He and his family rode out the storm in their home. When the sun came up the next morning, they saw the damage. The storm knocked out power for more than 3 weeks, and they stuck it out. 5 years later, Kirchens and his family have done a lot. It's cost them a lot, and they are still not yet done.
That cost you a lot of money.
It's everything.
Okay, so it went through your savings.
All my savings, no savings. It was a tough road. It's still a tough road. Because like I said, I still have a lot of stuff I got to do. It's just one day at a time.
That was Kirchens speaking with our Andy Lascano. He tells us, Kirchens says that he still gets uneasy when he hears about any other storms approaching our area. A bit of PTSD there. I know a lot of people here in the Coastal Bend community do. And now we want you to imagine being a first responder, not only having your home destroyed, also your workplace. That was the case right here in Port Aransas. They've spent years fighting the